Hey, g'day, folks. It's Dean, your passive income coach here. Welcome to a quick little update on some crypto trading and Bitcoin trading. The other week, I put out a simple lesson on support and resistance, and I just wanted to follow up a few days later as we sort of put in that particular video some things that I expected to see happening over the next few days. I wanted to give you a bit of an update. So if you haven't seen that video, I recommend you jump in, just do a bit of a Google search for support and resistance levels, and just watch that video in particular. So let's just get the screen sharing happening. All right, so just quickly, so we're looking at the Bitcoin market against the US dollar, in particular against Tether coin, but primarily that's just against US dollar. So, this is on a daily chart, D for daily. So this is price movement on each day. And a few days ago, back in this period here, let's just zoom in onto that period. Whoops, I want to move that. Okay, so just in this period here, it was back around this period I did the video on the support and resistance level. We spoke about how this movement coming up has hit resistance, okay? And what we really wanted to see was this push through resistance to make sure that we're actually on a new uptrend. So again, what does that trend mean? Back in the start of the period, this is back in February, we saw this what we call a double top. A lot of resistance up here, and then we saw the market come down, come up a little bit, come down, come up a little bit, come down. This is what we call a down trend. It's trending downwards. We found support at this particular level at $6,500 US, and we started to see new buyers come into the market. And we start to come up, come down a little bit, come up, okay, and we found this resistance level. And I said back last weekend that what we really wanted to see through this next few days was a really strong push against this resistance level. And then ultimately this resistance level then becomes the support level for the future. So we're right in this period right now. And I just wanted to highlight a couple of things to you. Firstly, you can make an argument in trading both ways all the time. I can find reasons why I think the market's going to go down. I can also find reasons why the market's going to go up. So the whole point about trading is balance of probabilities. What course of action can you take? And then if a certain course of action that you think happens doesn't happen, then what do you do about it? And so it allows you, the better you get at trading, the better it allows you to come up with contingency plans. So back last week, I said what I want to see is a good strong push through the resistance level. This is what we call resistance, this resistance level, right, and a big strong close above it. And we got that, right? We got that on whatever date that was, the 24th of April, all right? Unfortunately, what happened the next day is we got this big strong down day, okay? So why did this occur? Well, here, what we've had in here is this is what we call consolidations or accumulation. So as people are consolidating, they're just, there's no more sellers in the market. There's no real buyers in the market. Everybody's just sitting on the fence. And then slowly buyers start coming back into the market, okay? And then what's happened is over this period from here, or in here in particular, so for the last 2 weeks in April, we've had pretty much buyers just coming into the market. And then what's happened after this big day is people that have accumulated, maybe some people that have held for quite a bit of time, they've taken profit. So we've basically just had this sell-off day, okay? So all this is what we call profit taking, all right? So there's a whole heap of people who have taken some profit, but notice the next day, which was yesterday, in fact, this is pretty much today. This is the start of a new ticker, a new day bar. So basically, the trend has kept going up. So this thing here is called a trend line. All these sort of things we cover in the course. So we have this bit of a trend line. This is the angle of which we're moving at the moment. So we've got buyers in the market. We've had a bit of a sell-off, and now we've got people buying in again. So what am I looking for as a trader? Firstly, a couple of things that I noticed. One, for the first time in the space of around about 2 to 3 weeks, we've actually gone below this particular line. So that leans towards a weakness side. That's not a strong sign. We want to stay above that particular line. But we've only gone below it for the 1 day. So we had this sell-off day, we've opened and we've come back to it. That's great, all right? We come back to it. The other thing, we went below the resistance line, okay? So this was resistance, and what we want to see now is this resistance then becomes support, and we covered that in the last video. So we close below it for 1 day, and we immediately come back and go above it the next day. That's a strong, good sign, okay? And we come all the way back up to this particular trend line. So what I want to see now over the next few days is to stay above this particular line, and this line that used to be resistance along here, this is where it resisted it, and resisted it here, has gone above it. It's now going to support our next move, and we want to see this scenario happen again. All right, that's what we're after. So over the next few days, I'm looking to see us stay above this particular resistance line. I'd like to see this daily bar eventually close up and above our trend line. That would be a very, very good and strong sign for the next week or two. So I'm looking here, this oval that I've placed here, this is where I'm expecting the price projection to be by the end of next week or in a week's time. Okay, because that's about 4 days away, 5 days away. All right, and then from here we expect this sort of movement. So this is what I put back on the last chart. I haven't really played around with these too much. I expect the price to come up, then we're going to come back down and retest this line, and then we should see a good bounce off going forward. So that's what I'm expecting. Now, what could go wrong? A couple of things. One, over the course of the next 24 hours, we see more sell-off and we start to see the price come back down again. That's a sign of weakness. And then, again, the next day, we've got to play out each day as it happens, because there's a constant battle happening between the buyers and the sellers. So how can we control this as traders? One, in the likely event that over the next few hours we expect to see, and the price moves up above the trend line, okay, this current trend line, we could place a buy order here, all right, for it to keep moving. Because if it gets above this line and closes above this line, that's a sign of strength, and we'd expect the next couple of days to be moving forward. Okay, so we could put a buy in, but if we're wrong, we could also then put a sell in to say, look, if it does collapse, all right, will it collapse all the way down below this particular point? Okay, so we could place what we call a stop loss in down here to protect ourselves, and we know exactly then how much is at risk. Okay, because what we don't want is we don't want to leave an open position and then just let it collapse to the floor. So this is where we can future plan some buy and sell points. All right, and again, we cover these entry points, exit points, stop loss orders, throughout our trading course. So I'm really excited. Just over the last few days, I sort of indicated that we should expect this pattern. These periods around these support and resistance lines are always crucial in terms of your trading, what happens in your trading, how to make money out of trading. Because what you don't want to be doing is entering up here. You're halfway between support and you're halfway between resistance. Now is the time to be getting ready to open a trade. The way we do that, this is based on a daily scenario, is imagine if we could just zoom right into this little period here over the last 3 days and see what happens in the last 3 days. And we can do that by simply zooming in on a 4-hour chart. Okay, and basically here we are. So this is our chart now. Instead of being in days, all right, it's now in 4 hourly. Let's put some candles up. They might be a bit easier to see. I'm not sure. All right, so this is exactly the same, but instead of being days, it's now 4 hourly. You can see the trend line obviously still holds. All right, we still have our support and resistance levels, but notice here now that we've been for a few hours. Okay, we've been below this particular trend line, but we are getting back above it. Notice the strength here in this movement, and we've really gone back up over and above this particular resistance line. Again, that's a good sign of strength. What I'd like to see over the next sort of 12 hours is this to continue to push up and over and above this trend line. That would be fantastic. If we can't break through that trend line, that's a sign of weakness. So they're the sort of things that I'm looking for. Some of the other things that we teach on the course is this: what does this little square thing mean? Okay, this is a Gann Fibonacci retracement level. What does 50% mean? What does 61.8% mean? These are certain points that we look for. This is a very positive sign that we only got down below between 50 and 61. This is the buying area. Okay, so for some of the advanced traders, once you've completed the course, this is the period. This is the area that you would have looked to buy in. Okay, you would have looked to have bought in this particular area here. All right, with stops down here, and you would have got all that run up. Okay, even if you had a waited, okay, again, we covered this on the course, even if you had a waited to get above resistance, all right, you would have purchased in here, all right, which again would have been an ideal time to have purchased. So just in the last day, like just today, you could have potentially made, nearly a 3% return all right, just simply today. And that's the sort of skill that I'm looking to pass on to people, because if we can just capture that 2 to 3% per day, protect your savings and make a little bit, imagine just making 2% of your Bitcoin today, you know, on a simple trade. You know, and we can consistently do that with confidence, knowing what's going to happen, but also have the confidence to know how to protect your coins as we go. All right, so going forward, you know, like everything, it's always a bit of a guessing game, but based on some logic. So, so just wrap this video up. I want to see over the next couple of hours, I want to see a good push back up over our trend line. I want to see this resistance point now hold and really become a good, strong support level. All right. And then over the next 4 to 5 days, see us move in towards this particular area. All right. Then what I expect after that is a push back down. So some sellers are going to come in here. They're going to take some profits and then they come out. At that particular time, that's when we want to be buying. All right. Is when we make this move down. All right. Back from here. Let's call that over here. As we start to move down, this is where we want to buy in the future, and away we go. Now, of course, there's no guarantee that's going to happen. This could just keep going up and up and up. All right, but at some point in time, you will always get a retracement. All right, because after every push, there's a retracement. All right. So, look, that's it. I hope that's useful. For those that are still interested, there's going to be 2 opportunities from the trading side. Okay, so that's what I'm going to be spending a lot of my time now is in passive income trading. So you have the opportunity to come and do the course. Currently, it's at 0.02 of a Bitcoin. We'll take you through the 12 lessons and show you exactly everything that I've had over the 20 years that I've been trading in the futures and options market into the crypto market. So you'll then have the confidence to be able to go and trade all manner of coins and altcoins on your own. I was chatting to a few people over this week. They're excited about the course, but they don't have the time to spend doing the course. And then, you know, they're full-time workers, all that sort of stuff. And they asked me about actually just being able for me to trade on their behalf. So I'm going to be thinking about that over the weekend, but I see that as a real big opportunity. So you can either come in and do the course for 0.02 of Bitcoin, and then you're on your own and away you go and you can do your thing. Okay. Or if you're interested in just simply making these simple returns and you want me to trade on your behalf, I will be opening up a passive income trading fund where you can put in your coins to be able to do that. Now, to be part of that particular group, it's a 0.02 buy-in. So I'm effectively creating a new Facebook community. It's 0.02 to be part of it, where we focus on all these strategies, all that sort of stuff. So whether you want to trade yourself or be part of the fund, anything like that, it's simply a 0.02 Bitcoin buy-in to be part of that community. And I'll be giving you everything that I have in Bitcoin trading, altcoins, everything that I know to help you make money. So if that's of interest to you, leave some comments below. Look, thanks very much for the video. If you like the video, like the information, please subscribe to the channel. I'm going to be bringing out more and more of these videos as we get back into the crypto trading side. Make sure you subscribe. And I look forward to bringing you some interesting content. And let's see how this trading goes over the next couple of days. All right, take care. Have a fantastic weekend.